was whoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor.
It was a moment we all hoped would happen, but never expected it would. Steve Rogers lifting Mjolnir. Even though Captain America got his happy ending to wrap up his story in the MCU, the true climax and culmination of Steve Rogers' arc is right here, when he lifted up Thor's hammer and used it masterfully in the final fight against Thanos. But due to the excitement of Cap lifting the hammer, people overlooked the reasons why Steve Rogers, just a kid from Brooklyn, was able to pick up a godly weapon that only few others were ever previously able to lift. 8 years of storytelling across 7 movies to climax with a hammer lifting up off the ground. But what is that arc, and how was Captain America able to lift Mjolnir? It comes down to being worthy. And Steve Rogers has done some seriously heroic acts throughout his time in the MCU that led him to being considered worthy. It all starts with a little film titled Captain America: The First Avenger. But before we get into this great little story, we'll kindly remind you to help us grow our channel by hitting that subscribe button. Thanks. So why did Steve Rogers want to fight in World War II? He wasn't forced to fight, he wasn't caught in a war zone, and he certainly wasn't bloodthirsty. Steve Rogers fought because he felt it was unfair to everyone else that he wasn't helping. He proved this when speaking about honorable men dying in the war by saying,
"I got no right to do any less than them."
He later muscled through rigorous training and even jumped on a fake grenade, for which he was given the greatest gift, the Super Soldier Serum, the powerful injection which transformed him into Captain America. Fast forward to Steve's next solo film, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, when Steve had to fight his most personal enemy, his best friend since childhood, Bucky Barnes. And at the moment where Bucky was ready to murder Steve, Captain Rogers refused to fight. He wouldn't hurt his best friend. And this is a common trend that carries into Captain America: Civil War, Avengers: Infinity War, and Avengers: Endgame. Steve Rogers just doesn't start a fight. He always seeks the non-violent solution, and only when there's no other option, Cap resorts to violence. Also, it's good to note that Steve didn't attack Iron Man. Tony attacked Cap and tried to murder Bucky, and that is when Cap had to fight. Because at that moment, Iron Man was the villain, the bad guy, the man who was out for blood, overtaken by his own emotions. And it was in that fight where we were reminded of a fundamental aspect of Captain America's character.
I could do this all day.
Steve Rogers does not let bullies win. He wouldn't stand down in the first Avenger to the bully at the beginning of the film or to Red Skull, and he held his ground after getting his face punched repeatedly by Iron Man. And he did it again in the Avengers: Endgame when Cap was the last standing Avenger, and he was ready to take on Thanos and his entire army by himself. He knew it was a fight he couldn't survive, but he was gonna take as many of them down with him as he could. Captain America is a man who does not stay down. He will let himself die before risking the life of a single innocent civilian. He makes it a point to save everyone, and most importantly, he always fights for what's right. And it is for that reason he was worthy to lift Mjolnir and wield the power of Thor. This quote from Dr. Abraham Erskine sums it up perfectly.
Stay who you are.
Not a perfect soldier, but
A good man.
And Steve Rogers is a good man, plain and simple. A man who is worthy of possessing the power of Thor. But what do you think? Are there even more reasons why you believe Cap was able to lift Thor's Mjolnir? Let us know in the comments section, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel to help us grow. Thanks for watching.